Y'all ever thought about changing the world?
Yeah.
So how we go about it?
We gotta stop building up neighborhoods and start building up some communities.
I mean, literally, if not now, then when? If not you, then who?
It can't be me without we.
I just feel like we're waiting for somebody to come save us.
Like, we gotta start giving back.
That's a fact, bro.
We gotta do better.
What's good, y'all? I'm Roy.
I'm Brill.
And it's Jeremiah.
We back at it again with another episode of We Gotta Do Better.
We gotta do better.
We got a big interview right here. We gotta get together with our brother Charles Walker.
You already know.
AKA Lil Kaycee.
Say what up to them, Charles.
What up, man? We gotta do better.
That's a fact.
See, 'cause
Yeah,
I'm doing
Charles.
better.
Yo, we connected with him. We had to connect with him because he got a story for y'all. We ain't see him since high school.
Good old days.
We probably see you once every while since what
That's a
20,
fact.
20
Boy,
what,
I'm not
16?
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, yeah,
Word.
we go way back with this brother,
And
and
then on top of that, we play football with him. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of history.
So we ain't really hear from him for a while, but we heard one thing. And what was that thing that we heard about?
And the last time,
I don't think we should get into that yet, man. Let's keep it good vibes from the beginning, man. Cause that's a very deep.
Nah,
I'm not
I
even
feel
gonna lie.
that.
We gonna
Nah,
spark
it's
it.
deep.
Let's
I feel
let's
that.
spark it.
We only 1 minute in.
Yeah,
like you're
Yeah,
wilding.
Exactly.
You're wilding, bro.
Exactly. Take off the gloves.
Let's talk about
Let's talk
your
about it.
music. Let's talk about what you're doing right now. How you been? We haven't seen you since high school.
That's-
How is Charles? Like,
He gonna
how
get
is
into that.
Charles?
Charles is good. Charles is living. You know what I'm talking about? Charles is living. So Charles is definitely good. I see a lot of my brothers around me doing very positive things, as you
Yeah,
can see.
very positive
You know what I
things.
mean? So this ain't too much you could complain about. If you living in this time right now, it ain't too much you could complain about.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's valid.
Or,
So now lately you've been doing a lot of, and I guess since we gonna go real way. We gonna go with that route. We gonna start with the music then.
You want to start the
Yeah.
You wanna?
Yes.
What you been doing lately?
Man, I just dropped a video called "Left Me for Dead." Right, that's on YouTube right now. It's at 23K. So
Go check that out. Left
check
Me for
that out.
Dead.
Left Me for Dead. Lil Kaycee. About to get ready to put a project together. I want to do like a 10 or 15 song album. I haven't done that yet. I've been pulling out a bunch of singles. So now I'm gonna really try to sit down and push a project for you guys. So.
Yeah, put that big project out.
and
Let somebody hear that.
Facts.
I ain't gonna lie, it's been progression. You know what I'm saying? He been working.
Nah, from when you
So that man
when you
cooking
first
up.
started, we was like, he rap now.
Lil
Yeah.
Kaycee.
I was like, hold up, Charles rap?
Oh, yeah,
You rap?
yeah,
And I was like,
yeah.
Lil Kaycee. Okay, now, all right, let's get
Lil
the name.
Kaycee,
How that
but
name?
he
Where
ain't
that
little.
name come from? Where that name
So
come from?
my
Kaycee.
pops, my father was a DJ. And
Okay.
I'm originally from Bricktown, Queens.
Yeah,
You know,
Southside.
Southside, yeah. So
Southside, we outside.
he was a DJ, a big DJ, and his name was DJ KC.
Oh.
And so as a child, they always called me Little KC.
Oh,
So I
see.
just carried
took
the
that
name
and owned
up.
that.
I mean, I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
it's ironic because there's nothing little about me.
Six
Lil
what? How
Kaycee,
6'6"?
but he ain't little.
6'7".
Six, seven.
Took my Lil KC. I was like,
Lil Kaycee, but he ain't
It's
little.
ironic, but it's meaning behind it. So I love that name.
Yeah, that's a really deep. That's a
nah,
really deep.
that's what's up. Like
Yeah,
what?
facts.
What's some? What kind of emotions that you putting in the music? What kind of message you trying to put out there for the people? Hey,
So-
what's going on with that?
So it's a little tricky, right? Because I make different type of music. I make music for females. I make music for people in the struggle.
Yeah,
I make music
versatile.
for the angry soul, the person who's just angry and want revenge. I felt all of those emotions out of my life. So it's like I try to make music to attack every different emotion I went through in life because maybe somebody that's listening to it could take from it. I've always been the type to take from music. Like I listen to music and it helps me feel better. You know what I mean? Or it just puts me in a better or different perspective about things when it comes to relationships, life, family, whatever. You know what I mean? It's just sometimes that one song could just change your mood. So that's what I try to create for others.
Nah, that's definitely dope. Cause when some of the songs you was playing right before the little sneak peek, y'all might have to get on to some of that. That was some heat that you got coming. I was like, whoa.
I got some crazy stuff coming for you. I promise. Stay tuned.
You want to talk about your writing process? How that go? Cause
it's tricky.
I feel like that's secretive, bro. Like that's your masterpiece.
Honestly, bro, you don't.
Like, you like Edison, like you like
magician never shows they.
Yeah, you like Da Vinci.
Okay.
You keep that.
It's just tricky though. I would say that it's tricky.
It's a tricky process, but it's a process. That's what's
yo,
up.
because for people that know that we missed it because last week we supposed to link up with them, but we couldn't because life happens, you know.
All good, it's all love.
When
public apology for that too.
Nah, he's straight.
I'm sorry.
We back at it. We here though.
Nah, he apologized. That's what's up.
Cause I knew you was coming. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go write some bars right here, and I read some. I'm at work and I gotta put my headphones in, and I just got a beat. I'm like, oh yeah, I put Money, Power, Respect on.
My guy Speed wrote.
I'm like, yo, I said this is it. This is it right here.
Nah, he's different. Y'all watch out. He's gonna be dropping too.
Matter of fact, yo, y'all want me to play the freestyle? Y'all want to hear it? You want to hear it for the people?
I want to hear it.
You want to play?
Y'all want to play for the people?
I want to hear it.
All right, yeah.
I want my personal.
Yo, this was it. This is for my boy Charles when he's supposed to come last week. Hear it. Let's go.
This is fire.
Oh, we got to do better. On the track. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Money, power, respect is what you need in life.
Okay.
Family, friends, and God's what I need in life.
Okay.
Money, power, respect won't let you sleep at night.
Okay.
You'll see I'm right.
Okay.
It's the key to life.
Yeah.
Money, power, respect is what you need in life.
Let's go.
Family, friends, and God's what I need in life.
Yeah.
Money, power, respect won't get you sleep at night.
Yeah.
You'll see I'm right. It's
Yeah.
the key to life. While you trying to get paid, I'm trying to get saved. I'm out of this world, we not the same. I'm giving free game to these youngsters. Gotta get them before they turn to monsters.
Okay.
They jacking woo, they jacking folk,
Okay.
they reaching for the toaster.
Oh.
Look, I'm 10 toes down, how you gon' clown me? Y'all get the cream, all I got is love around me. Live in
Oh.
abundance, all these blessings finna drown me. Favors
Okay.
getting stronger, while y'all people getting rowdy.
Oh.
Look, I'm on the pod with my boy Charles Walker. Haters sent a couple shots, but he came out stronger.
Okay.
I ain't know that boy can rap, flow drip like water. Got that told her like that. Yo, you rappers cannot play with me. Get your pen up.
Get your
Stop
pen up,
playing.
man.
Yo, I got $100. Yo, get
It's a pen up.
It sound like
Get
Big
your
Tick
pen
in
up.
the basement.
Yo,
right now,
I had to.
man.
Yo, we had to get the Funk Flex drop
That's
a
Young
bomb
Roy
on.
on the
Nah,
track.
But nah,
Young Roy on
and
the
I only-
track
and I
coming
only-
soon.
I am
Facts.
no longer the
Stay
musician
tuned.
on the show. It's
Young
it's-
Roy
it's-
coming soon. Stay tuned.
Roy, man.
Facts.
You feel
Nah,
me?
but that was fun for it. But because but I'm like, yo, Charles make music. Let me go see if I can write something. Let me go test the pen out. Mind you, I'm not a rapper. But then I'm like,
Yes, he's
ooh, I'm like, hold up, I got a little.
Therapeutic, huh?
I'm like, yo, that's some clean. And I'm like, I hit y'all with the clean bars. Yeah, stop playing. Y'all rappers can never.
That shows the influence that music has. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And no, and it was fun. I'm like,
Once
yo,
again, that's Young Roy on the track.
I had a
Stay
cause
tuned.
yeah, but no, not gonna lie. I would clown. I'm like, bro, why everybody want to be a rapper?
Nah, it's
until
understandable.
I
It's
started playing
understandable.
around with it.
Yo,
Like,
you
playing
know,
around-
you know who else said that too?
Who?
I remember vaguely. Starborn. Shout out to Starborn.
Oh,
He said
shout
that
out
too.
my
Beasley.
guy.
My
He said
boy
his
Star
birthday
Beasley.
today.
Oh, happy birthday, Brody.
Star.
Facts.
Nah, me.
That's right.
Word.
happy
More
birthday,
life,
my
more
man.
life, more
More
life.
life to you, man.
So listen, it was funny. 'Cause I remember when he first came out, he's like, "Yo, I remember in high school, I used to make fun of rapping." He's like, "Damn, look at me now."
Facts.
Yeah.
And it feel good to him. So you know, shout out to Star.
Nah, that was definitely. I was like, yo.
I just feel like we grow up in a world where just rapping is just so frowned upon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, for some reason, people feel like if you want to be a rapper, you're trying to be like everybody else. It's your individual art. You don't hear a person telling a person that draws that everybody wants to be a drawer. You don't hear people saying that who film, everybody wants to be Steven Spielberg or whatever his name is or whatever. It's just that person's art. It's just that's what they like to do. I mean,
Exactly.
so-
I feel like it's just this negative stigma towards it. Like, it's just a negative stigma. Like,
And that don't make no sense.
You're like, what you doing in the stool, bro? Your music is trash. Like,
Not even that. It's like, music is a form of expression.
You know, it's crazy. Speaking of that, you know what I'm saying? People say your music is trash. I'm seeing this post on Facebook. It was Roddy Ricch. I don't remember the exact words of his post, but he had post. He was saying, "Oh, nobody like my music. Nobody wants to listen to my music. F these bitches." And then 7 years later, look at Roddy Ricch now.
he
You know
top-
what
now
I'm
he
saying?
on top,
Like,
yeah.
he
Exactly.
quadruple platinum or whatever you call that.
That's
you know
what I'm saying.
So,
For every person that doesn't like your music, it is going to be 10 people who do.
yeah.
Remember, I said that.
Yeah.
For every one person that don't like your music,
It's
there's
gonna
10
be 10
people
people who
that
do.
do like your music. You just
That's
gotta
what
find the
makes it
people.
don't
10
stop.
people
Keep
who
going.
love it. You just got to find your audience.
your
Everybody
audience.
likes
Keep going.
different music. You know what I'm saying? That you have people out there who like all genres, and you have people who stick to one genre.
That's
Like,
definitely.
You know what I mean?
Like let's not for nothing. Remember back in high school, you used to make fun of me for listening to What you said? Batman music?
Oh yeah, he had like a Batman theme song. I'm like, yo, what? I'm like, you weird, bro. I was like, nah,
Wait,
what?
he listened to Batman music?
He was like, that was his motivation. Like he just picked that. Like, he thought he was a superhero.
Nah.
I like
that was
it.
good for him.
I
Though.
like
That
it.
sound like Brill in high school too.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
crazy.
You know, for the vibe, you
so
listen to that,
he's
bro.
really listening to
Life
Bat-
becomes a movie,
Yes, bro. I was
it
like,
becomes
yo,
dramatic,
It does. It does.
bro. And then you be like, you start.
Music
feeling
is very powerful.
I'm
I don't
telling
think
you,
people
bro,
understand.
It
Music
gives
is
you
very
It is. Music is definitely powerful. It
So
gets you speeding
powerful.
tickets too.
No,
Music
yes,
can make
it do
you
get you
can-
speeding tickets.
Yeah, shout out to Vibes.
I will
Yo.
not put out no names. I will not put out no
Grizzly.
names. But I played a song for somebody before, a specific female. This was years ago.
Yeah.
I played a song for a specific female, and she told me after she listened to the song, she heard so much pain in my voice that she fell in love with me as a person. Not relationship level.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
she
as
felt
a
it, she
human
felt it.
being, just because she felt the pain that I put behind that specific track. You know what I'm saying? Music is very powerful.
Yeah.
real.
When you're able to like, you know, articulate your feelings into music, that's a very powerful thing, son. Because a lot of people, they just, you know, like me, when I first started, like I was just saying nonsense. But when I started getting better, I started being able to like rap my feelings and do that. You know what I'm saying? That's way much better because you touch people.
Exactly.
You really touch people.
You don't know how many people going through the same thing you're going through.
Yeah.
Now that's a fact that it touches people. But I want to know, here's a way to look at it, because you know how you said the bad stigma, everybody wants to be a rapper,
Right.
and now the rap culture, the rap game has our culture on the lock.
Right.
Now, do you think as a rapper, because you in the game, do you think some of the things that are put out on mainstream is that detrimental to the communities, to what we
Big time,
what we
big
building
time.
up?
Because, like I said, music is power. So you put out, let's say you're a multi-million dollar artist. You know what I'm saying? And you put out a song talking about killing people all day.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who are gonna follow your music and try to do what you say do, because that's just how powerful music is. But the thing about it is this, right? Sometimes we listen to how something is being said and not listen to what's being said.
It's crazy.
And that's a big topic for me when it comes to that specific topic of music, because of course, listen, I'm an artist and I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you I don't listen to, crazy other artists who talk about crazy stuff, like, you know what I'm saying, whoever you can name. But at the end of the day, this is what I always tell people. Listen to not how he's saying what he's saying, but what he's saying. Because the things that people are saying, these are things that people are going through. These are things that people have experienced. They've walked this type of life. Now, I'm not gonna lie,
There's some rap cats out there. There's a lot of rap cats. That's where the bad stigma comes from, because and that's where everything's saturated with all the little everybody that's Lil Kaycee, but not like little whoever, little da. Yeah. And I feel like those people is what's hurt. They hurting the rep of like hip hop,
right?
And they putting out trash. But that's my opinion.
First of all, my guy Lil Kaycee is not in that category.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
What I'm saying is,
no, of course not. He talks
what I'm
about
saying
hard,
is, what I'm saying. Like, I get what you're saying. But like, I was about to ask you, like, do you know like a lyric off the top of your head, like
that comes to you?
Like, yeah, when you said that, like, oh, listen to what they saying, not how they saying it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say he talking about some drugs, or some gun shit. And
so my favorite rapper, regardless, this is gonna always be my favorite rapper to the day I die, is Biggie Smalls, right? And it was one thing that he said, and it's like, when you hear it, the song is so gritty. Like, it make you say, like, damn, this is how he think about himself. But once again, you're listening to how he's saying it and not listening to what he's saying. This man said, when I die, F it, I want to go to hell, because I'm a piece of shit. It ain't hard to tell. You know what I'm saying? That sounds horrible to you. Like, you'll hear like a person who doesn't listen to that type of music will hear that and be like, what's that? Yeah. But what you have to understand is this man has experienced things that make him feel like he's worth nothing. There's no reason for living. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe that's a cry for help. Maybe that's therapeutic. He's getting that off of his heart, and that's a cry for help.
You know what's funny? When you say that, it's like Future. There was like a meme a while ago. It was like, people be bumping his music but don't be listening. Like, it's a cry for help. Like, he's crying for help, talking about how he needs help, but we just bumping because of the melody.
People do that all the time.
Yo, that's like Juice WRLD.
People do that all the time.
Bro, I can't listen. Truthfully, I can't listen to his music, bro. I can't do it.
All he does is talk about his
I can't, bro. like y'all said, bro, music give you a feeling, right?
Yeah.
And bro, I can't listen to that.
Nah,
bro.
it's really
So
sad.
make you
Bro, yes, bro.
What?
He
Bro.
make. I was like, yo, the last thing
Did
he
you
put out.
listen to Bad Boy?
I
You gotta-
can't listen to that,
No,
bro.
what's that
that
song,
put you, like you said, like he's expressing his like.
Right,
so
right.
someone that maybe could connect with that, but when
Exactly.
I turn it on, I'm like, oh,
And it's like you start to like internalize all those emotions and stuff like that.
And that's
like,
and
what's
that's,
that song? Was like I still see the shadows in my room. I forgot.
Yeah.
What Lucid Dreams.
Yeah.
Like, bro, if you actually listen to the lyrics, take what y'all said, and you listen to the lyrics, like, yo,
He's needing
bro.
help.
Yeah, he's crying for
This
help.
man is literally seeing demons.
And that's why,
And he's
I
asking for
can't,
help.
and that's why I
Literally.
can't, that's
And
why I
we
can't
are
ingest that,
singing,
and I don't want to ingest that.
and-
That's
and
me.
bumping it. You know what I'm saying?
But it's okay to listen. I always tell people this
gotta be
because
balanced.
it's okay to listen to it.
Yeah.
You just have to distinguish music from real life. What this person is going through is not necessarily what you're going through. So you can, if you're listening to somebody crying out for help, you can help them in any way you see fit. But you don't have to take what they're saying and apply it to your life. That's
Yeah, I
not what
feel
the
like-
music is being made for.
Yeah, I feel like people should understand that, you know, making music is just like you said earlier. Before, I think it was off camera. You was like, "It's art." Like,
Yeah, it's
I
your
think you
art.
said that on
Yeah,
camera.
it's
for
your
sure.
art.
But you know what I'm saying? Like music, if writing a story, like you make up a story, you make up a theme, you make up a vibe, a
Right.
feeling. When you write a song and you feel a beat, you have a feeling, this vibe. You
Exactly.
creating that atmosphere for your fans when they listen to it. Like for example, Drake. Like nonstop, like when I listen to "Nonstop" by Drake, bro,
Yeah,
I be
it's
on
turn
it, bro.
up,
Like,
right.
you know, I'm lit, bro.
Exactly.
Now listening to Travis Scott, bro, I'm
right.
on the mosh pit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
they know, some of these artists know what they're doing. So, in a way, it's crazy. Like, because they know what they're doing. So if, like what you were saying, like if they talking about gun violence and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? That's making people go outside and
And
shoot.
go like boom,
Yeah.
yo. When G Herbo come on, I got a speeding ticket to bumping G Herbo intro, right? I'm doing the dash just because it put me in that. Cause
You know what
music
it
put
is?
you in that mood.
And you got to remember, like, music it invokes certain emotions from your heart.
Yeah.
So when you
And
play
that's why I say
and artists know
sometimes
what they're
it could be
doing, it's very
dangerous.
detrimental.
It
I'm gonna
can
tell you
be.
why.
It
Because
can
of the
be,
fact there's a
bro.
lot of like the drill artists out here. I'm not gonna name no names, but you know, a few of them people take the music, they internalize it, and they start to think this
drill,
is what
yes.
they're living.
Right, exactly.
And
But especially,
wait,
but if you in that environment, too,
yeah, I was just about to say that.
Oh, you-
Look. So when you add that, if you think about it, imagine somebody that's not in that environment.
Right.
They internalizing this, and that's still kids that you know they have a good family and they go to the streets and try to be gangsters, right?
Okay.
And now we got somebody that's actually living in this world. They get in this negativity feed to them even more. So now they already know they going through the stuff. Now they have extra motive behind it because the music is influencing them even more.
But sometimes
So
that
y'all
music
don't, yeah,
is,
see that?
is
Yeah,
motivation.
see that as a
Yes,
problem or
yeah.
nah?
No, yes,
You-
we all
yeah, it is
agree.
a
It's
problem, right?
detrimental.
Yeah,
That's why
it is.
music. We have to be very careful what we listen to.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
That's a real saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like yo, well, we had this conversation off camera, and I said something mad controversial. So I'm gonna let y'all hear it because it's gonna be clickbait. But I really want to know this. So I'm gonna just say it. So when you got artists that's talking about, yo, I got it on me,
Right.
like run up if you want,
Right.
and then somebody run up on you, testing that, and you got it on you. Talking about, remember people say it's real life.
Yeah.
They saying it's real life, and you got it on you.
Right.
And then someone run up and you and kill you. Did you ask for it or not? I'm gonna go out and say like, yo, people that put that out, they asking for it.
So-
you talking about, yo, I got it. I got the
Hold
game
on,
on
hold
me.
on.
So I want to hear what you.
Yeah, let me go ahead.
Oh, okay. This is my answer to that question, right? This is me personally. A person who makes a movie, are they asking for that to happen?
It's crazy.
Like if I go and I make a movie, right? And I make a movie about anything. If I make my own superhero, or if I make my own villain, like a own entity that is killing off people on the earth or whatever. It's just a movie though. It's fictional.
That did remind me of Power.
Does that mean that I want that to happen? No, it doesn't mean that I want that to happen. It's just my creativity. So when you hit, and then what it is too, it's repetitiveness. So when you're listening to all these artists that's mainstream already, and these are the things that they're saying, and you're saying in your head, well, damn, they're saying it, and look where they're at. So maybe I can say what they're saying in a different way to attract My fans.
That's exactly what's happening.
And that's what I'm saying. I think that's and that's the problem I'm saying.
Right.
But hold on, but let's back. No, hold on. Let's backtrack to the gun point.
Yeah.
Okay, you're talking about the gun.
No. But I was saying, you saying is their art, so they're not. You saying they're not asking for it, right? This is more.
In a way. Now, if you're, it's different when you're coming from a standpoint of, I'm this big gangbanger. I'm doing this. I've done this, and I have this on me at all times.
Yeah, I think those are artists that he's talking
because
about.
now at that point, it's like, okay, you at that point you may be asking for it because you're glorifying that life.
Yes, and that's what I see. We see a lot of glorifying the murders and all that.
The real people who really went through things like that don't glorify. Look at like Meek Mill and all of them. Look at what they're telling people to not do that.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So
go.
it's like the people who really have come from that lifestyle are provoking people to go the opposite direction, not go that way because, look at me as Meek Mill. I made it out, but it's not too many people who are like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, obviously, Pop, boom, everybody get emotional when you talk about Pop.
Right.
Like, that was rest in peace. Like, that's what I was trying to say, that there's artists that's really, mind you, when, again, I like how you said the when you make a movie, you just paint it. Now, there's a fine line, remember, because these artists are saying, "Yo, this is real life. I rap real life." So now, where's the line between you lying and you not lying?
Bro,
he really saying he got it on him, run up on me if you want.
Part of it.
But then look, in real life, they actually do it and they get arrested and they get knocked and you lose. You see the
psychology.
psychology.
They live in this life. Wait, hold on.
I feel like part of it is part of the image, and at the end of the day, they know that these little white boys, these white girls, when they have their concerts, they're the ones that's turning up to their songs. They're the ones that like it. We the ones that people that listen to it.
Right.
But also, like you said, it spins back. Yeah, and it spins. But hold on. It spins back to the fact that, like, you gotta remember, it's a form of expression. Like, some of them actually some of them actually went through these situations. That's all they know. Okay. That's what they put in out. Right. Is it a good idea? No. Because of the fact that it's causing a chain effect of people sometimes like brainwash, because music is what you feeding your ears. You know, some people internalize it; they don't know how to separate it.
Like for instance, right? Like okay, so we're talking about God rest his soul. We're talking about Pop, right? Mm-hmm. You know, a true fact is that night he died, he had a gun on him. Yeah, he shot back. He just didn't. It just didn't. It didn't. It wasn't. It was his time. Like it was. It didn't go the way he thought it was gonna go. So when he rapped that, it wasn't like he was lying. It's just at the end of the day, excuse my language, nigga, you're human. Yeah, so a bullet hits you, you're gonna feel it. You're not gonna just be okay.
I don't agree with what my guy Speed's saying. You saying like, I don't agree that it's an invitation. It's not an invitation to tell. I could go and say, I got 100 choppers on me, and I'ma let it blame if you try to say something to me. You know what I'm saying? That rhyme. But if I say that, you know what I'm saying? That don't necessarily. I'm in rap mode. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm in character.
So why? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why is it? We normalizing boom. So you not living that life.
Normalizing violence.
Yeah, that you kill. Like you a killer. Like you capping. Like that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem.
But with what he just said, that bar he just said, was he? Listen to this now. Was he normalizing killing? Because I didn't hear him say, well, yeah, I did.
Yes, you did.
I said I got 100 choppers.
It's a crazy conversation that we
said I'll let it blow if you say something. In a way. So I see. That's what I'm saying. I see both sides.
But then it's like, what else am I really gonna say? Like, come on, not for nothing, bro. All that. Who's listening to positive? I mean, positivity is great. You should listen to positivity. You should have your personal development. But there's a fine line. There's a difference between personal development. There's a difference in having a good time. Because I'm not about to go to the club and to be listening to, we're not fighting. I don't have no guns. I just want to be a good guy. And I want to be positive. Like,
I'm gonna tell you what I think.
It's not what wait, hold on. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
That's what I was getting ready to say. As an artist,
bro, there's different ventures, bro. There's music where it doesn't glorify weapons and stuff like that. There's mad artists.
There's mad artists that's nice.
So when Nav talks about
Kanye, I don't want to talk about Nav. He's a government plan.
Kanye is dumb nice. He don't talk about killing nobody. He makes beautiful music.
No, but this is what I'm saying.
Kanye's a legend.
Kanye ain't been nice since.
All right, but
this is what I'm saying. It's dependent on the artist. Like for me as an artist, I feel like I could rap about that stuff because I've been through that stuff, but I put it in a certain perspective to where I'm letting you know, I went through that. That shit ain't cool.
Yeah, it ain't cool. All right. That's another good point. One more good point, because Yo, King Von, RP to him, right?
RP.
He just
RP.
passed gun violence.
And the last song he made, he said, "I am what I am. What I'm not, see, I never beat." He's moving up into your meat, catching whack, put him on TV.
Yeah, and he's like, yo, you left my homie dead in the road. We gonna leave us in the streets. Like, in that same song, he acknowledged that, yo, kids listening to me, but I don't care. Like, basically, he was like, yo, again, on some, I got it on, I'm gonna bust shit.
But once again, you're naming a person who was really out there living that life.
He was really like that.
And what I'm saying is, in that same song, he said, yo, I know there's kids listening to me, but yo, it's clip.
But what I'm gonna say,
and I'm only asking, is there, if coming from that, he lived by that. He clearly want to do better for himself. Should he continue to pump that back in? Or I'm actually want to know.
But what should
I want to know
you
from
do?
him though. I want to know
It's
from a rapper. I don't know.
It's a form of self-expression.
But what
He's
should you
expressing
do?
himself.
But what should you do if that song is what gets you
what
famous?
You live. Not even that. Not for nothing, bro. It's more so like he's expressing himself. He's talking about what he knows.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say he's asking for it because that's controversial as hell. No, I'm not gonna say that. I will say
that's only why I asked it, just to spark the controversy.
Definitely.
I will say though, it is more so a consequence that is a possibility that he has to accept. It's more so like. It's like, all right, say you're gonna do this. This is the risk of it. It's a risk factor. If you're gonna do this, you gotta be willing to deal with the consequences.
And are y'all really okay with losing your lives?
I'm gonna just be honest. I'm gonna just be 100% honest with you. We live in real life. We don't live on TV. This is not Grand Theft Auto. You don't get second chances. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the things that people go through, even if it's greedy, even if they're talking about killing, somebody needs to. Even the worst song in the world, somebody will learn something from. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
People need to hear that. So, like, yeah, King Von was a gritty rapper. He rapped about the things that he's experienced and the things that he went through and the things that he does on the daily.
Yeah.
Understandable. But that life right there, him explaining his life in music form in his own art way, people was learning from that. You understand what I'm saying?
But see, wait, hold on. My question to you is, were they learning something good, though? Because they're learning.
Or was they turning it on and saying, yo, I'm spinning the block.
It depends on what you call. It depends on what you call bad or good.
And that's
because it's protect. Because hold on, time out.
Yeah.
It's protecting yourself really bad. No.
Of course
Now, biblically, if we're talking about God, biblically, you are to kill no one. No matter what, you are to kill no one. I'm talking about to the point where you are supposed to have so much faith in Christ to where someone can kill your child, and you have so much mercy on that person that you would not kill them. That's the way of Christ, right? But it's protecting yourself so wrong. God is a man of war. It also says that in the Bible.
He didn't come for peace. He came with a sword.
So is that really wrong? No. It's just the way we talk in society today. It's just our peers. Like, this is how we talk, but people benefit from this, in good or bad. It just depends on what you call it. So it's just depending on what you distinguish as good or bad. You know what I mean? Like,
on it.
because right? Like, I have my latest song I just put out, Letter to My Unborn Child, right? It's a positive song, if I may say so myself. I'm talking about how I would feel about my daughter, my first daughter, and my first son, right?
Okay.
I let my grandmother hear the song. My grandmother said she loved the song, but she had one request. It was that I didn't curse in it at all. And it's like she perceives cursing in that way of being bad. But to me, I'm just speaking to where my peers will understand me, but they also could feel that this is a positive song, and people mess with it because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just the way you're talking. It's just the way you're talking.
I can feel that. And you know I can feel that. We both know we can feel that, because it's like, bro, at the end of the day, you got to think about who's your audience.
Right.
You got to think about who is your number one fan that's going to be listening.
But so the thing we saying though is like, all right, cool, you got your audience, but what are you doing to your audience? Are you feeding them more negativity?
The whole point. So let's talk about we mostly talking about drill. We mostly talk about drill, right? Like when you talk about like I'm busting this lata, like you know what I'm saying.
Who are the people who typically make drill music? Who are the people that typically make drill music? Think about that.
And who are the people listening to it? Who's the people listen to it? And I'm saying, is that good to ingest? I'm saying basically, is that good to ingest all the time? Nah,
I can see. Listen, I can see your point. Your point is very valid. Y'all have a valid point.
I got G Herbo on here. Statements going crazy.
But this is what I'm
crazy.
saying. It's you have a valid point. It's depending on the person. Listen, No one puts a gun to anybody's head and say you have to listen to my music. So if you're listening to that music, then you know, even if it's negative music, you're listening to it and you like.
And that's your choice.
Like listen, that's your choice. Like listen, we're all football players here. When we used to get ready for football games, I wasn't playing nothing but negative music, but I was ready to go smack something around.
Wait, y'all remember Sloppy Type was that was always playing?
I know.
Yes, like it's just like, but that's a negative song. You see what I'm saying? But you would get hyped before a game listening to that song. Yeah. So it's not. Is that negative to go out and want to have a good game?
Good and bad to it.
You know what I'm saying? That's good. It's good and bad.
The purpose of it.
It's just what you distinguish.
LeBron be listening to all types of trap music, bro. He don't even know the lyrics, but he's a good guy out here.
I think I read something on a basketball player. I don't know if it was Paul George or not, but I read something on a basketball player that listens to jazz music before games.
That's dope.
You see what I'm saying? But you see the difference.
Every music service
purpose. Who listens to jazz before any type of collegiate sport game?
You right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
I think it just comes down to that person.
The purpose of
now in terms of mainstream, should there be more empowerment? Should there be more of a or y'all just think mainstream is always gonna be mainstream? It's always gonna be like that.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's control. Like it controls what they do that on purpose because they know music affects us.
Of course they do.
I love that you said that. I love that you said that because I'm not gonna lie. I think it should be a lot more positivity in mainstream, and that brings me to my statement because it was a video on Facebook, right? And it was just this homeless man. I don't remember his name. I have it in my phone. I screen recorded it because it makes me feel so good. This man is homeless and he's going blind. He can't really see. Mm-hmm. And there's this man that works at this gas station, and you know, this man is like, listen, I got this. I found some glasses that this blind guy was like, I found some glasses that'll help my eyes, help me see better at Walmart. $150. Mm-hmm. It's $150. I will wash every window in the store. I don't care what you need me to do. I will do it, right? The clerk behind the cash register said, don't give up. Because he started doing certain things. I think he earned like $11 that day. It was his first day. He earned like $11. The clerk behind the counter was like, don't stop. And he was like, the homeless guy was like, I'm not. And it's all thanks to you. I appreciate you so much for giving me this opportunity and helping me so I could get some glasses so I could see to get myself to a better place in life.
What's up?
Do you know this man behind the counter gave him $500, said, go get you a hotel room, go get your glasses tomorrow, and I'm going to get you an application so you can start working at this gas station. Beautiful. Right? And then the comment underneath it said, I hate when people do this. Why do you have to post doing good for people? Why can't it just be between you and that person? People are so lame. And I shared it and I said, disagree. Because on Facebook, I could go right now and I could find a baby being put in a garbage can. I can go find somebody
all the
getting their
negativity
head blown
you put
out.
Yeah.
I can go find all of that stuff all over social media, and some of it is not even censored.
That's a fact.
But you mean to tell me a person is posting that they're making a difference in somebody else's life, and that's lame?
I love that point.
I don't like that either.
That was perfectly put.
One thing I will say though, it's crazy because the backlash with that is that some people aren't genuine with it. So a lot of people
true.
They be like, oh,
true. Some people just do it for clout.
And that's where it's like you're not, because technically you're not supposed to do good deeds for Sean.
No, of course not. You're not supposed to be a booster.
When I got blessed with the $5,000 put right in my hand. Shout out to Jay Mazzini. He does that all the time.
Right.
And mind you, I spoke to him person to person when I drove over to Jersey after he gave it to me, and to talk to him like face to face, he was like, "Yo, I do this for the love." He said, "I make so much money. I make too much money.
Right.
Why not give you like? Why not spread the love?" And that's how he was explaining it. This was at the time it wasn't even recorded. He was just saying like, "Yo, I'm giving money because this from my heart.
Right.
Not I'm making too much of it." He made like $200 something thousand in like a couple minutes.
Right.
So philanthropy is just how he is, and he happens to record it. So it does. Sometimes it looks corny. It does, but it's about the intentions.
It's a charge to the game, bro.
Yeah. And people are going to hate that.
And even for the people who, let's say, there are people out there who are chasing clout and doing it for the clout, right?
Yeah.
Even for those people who are doing it, do you not think that even still after they post it, somebody is looking at it like, oh, that was so sweet?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's still a good in that. Even if that person that's doing it for the clout has to deal with the Lord on his own day with judgment about why he did that for clout. Yeah. But for us, for the little people down here who was watching that, that is still something positive to see. Yeah. This man cried. Like, this man literally cried and gave him a hug. like, thank you, like, just changed his life. And I think this man has his own apartment now. Yeah. He's working at his own cubicle. Like, it's.
I feel like that's what we're here for, man.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
We
like,
gotta do better.
Like,
always.
We're all connected. We're all brothers and sisters, and like, you know, if you really think about it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we all should be here helping each other, showing love, spreading love. You know what I'm saying? Even though the music is doing the opposite, that doesn't mean we stop showing love to our significant others. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that just means we just gotta fight. We gotta fight harder.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's the motivation of why we doing this. We don't see too much of the of the positivity. So that's why we like, yo, we're gonna push some more of that.
It's crazy, raising awareness. We always said that.
Facts.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about, man. It's about. Listen, this guy that I follow on Instagram named Wallow267. Right?
Oh yeah. Oh, he's funny, bro.
And he's funny, but he has such a powerful message behind him. And he said something really, really powerful. And he was like, "Listen, don't let me be your crash dummy." So there's been things in life that I've went through that I can tell you, I can assure you don't want to go down. So to stop you from going down that, let me be a crash dummy. I already went through it. So what, like, if I go right now and I run head first into that wall and I knock myself out, why would you follow me and do the same thing? Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, let me be your crash dummy. The things that I went through, you don't want to experience. So do the opposite of what I did, so that way you can have a better outcome.
Yeah. So there is a room for that, like that type of, yo, this is my story. Please learn from it.
Exactly.
Now, I'm not that I'm glorifying what I did. I did what I did
exactly
because that was my state of mind back where I was at. But now I'm in a new place. Right. I don't want to do certain things anymore. Please learn from it. Yeah. Exactly. I
like sometimes I'll be feeling that vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying. So. I don't know, like, it's just a very weird situation.
Yeah.
With that, man.
Nah, it is. Life gonna throw so much stuff at you.
That's a fact. Nah, definitely. Hey, hold on. That's a nice thing that you said that. Speaking of life throwing things at you, remember, like, we said earlier, but we ain't even touch on it. I feel like it's appropriate time now. We was talking about, you know, things were thrown at you. We ain't hear from you for a few years, and then we heard some real crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, like, everything was in a frenzy, so I'd rather you speak on that.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, man. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I was training. I was in another state training. So I'm originally from New York, but I was in Minnesota training out there. I had got an opportunity to get a NFL tryout with the 49ers practice squad. But, you know, if I would have went there and did my thing, I would have got, you know what I'm saying, what I needed to get. So I was doing that 3 days before I left, you know, just being at the wrong place at the wrong time, and the people that I was with weren't prepared at the time to take on what God was giving to us at the moment. And I was protecting my little sister. So my little sister was literally behind me the entire time, and I got shot. I got shot 23 times.
23 times?
Yeah. I got shot in my lungs, my liver, my kidney, my small intestine, my stomach. I don't even have all of my intestines no more. They had to get rid of it because it was too damaged. This was an artery right here, so this was like a waterfall. I got a tattoo on my left arm that says, God gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers. I got 2 bullet holes in it.
That's a tough one right here.
You know what I mean?
23 shots.
And he's standing.
So I was like, bro, and the craziest thing about it, and this is why I say God is so real, because I promise, and you're not supposed to swear to God, but I promise you I am not lying. I got shot 23 times. The paramedics came. It's a 2-story house. It's a duplex. The paramedics came up the stairs, got a stretcher, and told it was 3 paramedics. One of the paramedics told the other, get him on the stretcher. He's bleeding out too much. We got to get him out of here. I told him, no, help me up. I'm going to walk. She looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, help me up. Because I knew if I didn't walk and I put you on I'm going to die because I'm not using my body right now. I'm getting too relaxed. And on top of that, if y'all drop me, it's over. And I'm big.
You're too big, yeah.
I remember trying to put my father on the stretcher when I was younger. My father was bigger than me, and they almost dropped him. So I'm terrified if I could walk, I'm going to walk. I only got grazed in my leg. I got shot. Everything was up top. Nothing was below. Besides my hip. I got hit in my hip a couple times, and I got hit in my lower back like twice.
He's still standing.
But they helped me up, and I walked down 2 flights of stairs, and I got in the back of the truck myself. And the reason why I say God is so real, because that wasn't me doing that. So I have there's a man that's really damn close to my heart. I call him like my second dad, right? This is the biological dad of the daughter that I was protecting, right? Mm-hmm. And he said, my pops told me, I came outside. He was outside looking at me. Him, my grandmother, they was outside looking at me, walking out the house with all these holes in me, right? And he said he looked at me in my face and I wasn't there. Like, he looked at me. He couldn't get to me because the paramedics and the police is blocking everything off. But there, as you can imagine me walking down the stairs, I have my two hands on the paramedic's shoulder and I'm walking down the stairs and I'm just, he said literally I was gliding across the snow like it wasn't me walking.
Like there was something.
It was something pushing me. It was something pushing me.
You, how? What do you feel?
Wait, hold on. You walking in snow on top of that?
Yeah,
in Minnesota.
In socks. Because when I got shot, originally, I didn't have on any shoes because I took my shoes off when I got in the crib. Yeah. So I didn't have any shoes on. I'm not about to try to put shoes on with 23 holes in me. So I just, and I didn't, and I'm telling you, from even me thinking about that, if I'm putting myself back in that moment, I didn't feel cold. I wasn't cold.
You didn't feel, you just felt like a warmth?
My feet there was, all I kept seeing was light. White light. I seen white light for 1 minute. Then my sister slapped me. She got up from behind me when dude ran off. She slapped me. That brought me back too. Once she brought me back too, I said, call my grandmother, I'm about to die. I said, call my grandmother. She said, no, don't say that. And she slapped me again. That brought me back too. Then the paramedics came. Now, when I get in the truck is when I die, right? So I get in the truck, I died for, I think the lady said 1 minute and 13 seconds. Now, I can tell you this, right? It's hard to actually know that you know what death is like. It's not, you know how people say in songs like 50 Cent said in his song, life must be easy? No, death must be easy because life is hard. Yeah. He wasn't lying. It's so smooth. It's like you're going to sleep. And I knew that I was dying. Because the last thing I told the lady was, please help me. I got a grandmother. Y'all know how much I love grandma. That's always been.
Rock, yeah.
So, I told her, she said, don't worry, I'm not going to let anything happen to you. She took a bullet out of my arm and I died. And then when I woke back up, I was getting slid from the gurney to an operating table. They put like 3 big lights over me. They took one mask off, put another one on. I was back out. I woke up 3 days later. And I died again in ICU for like 20 seconds.
But all you just feel nothing.
You didn't feel like you don't remember thinking.
Is there a presence there that
like you had no conscience?
So I had a lot of no, definitely. I understood everything that was going on, and that's the thing about death. And that's why I tell, now that I know what that feels like, I try not to mourn so hard when people pass on. Because that's just what they're doing. They're passing on. Literally, I can hear everything around me.
There's no pain.
I can hear everything around me. Like, I'm talking about I'm dead. And when I was in my coma, I was hearing my grandmother. My grandmother would tell me, because I couldn't move this arm was paralyzed. I wasn't even supposed to be able to use my left arm ever again. Yeah. But through the grace of God, after a week of being in the hospital, I was able to squeeze this hand again. And this was an artery, so everything is numb. Like, from here to my thumb is still numb. Like, this is going to be numb for the rest of my life. Yeah. But I could hear my grandmother telling me, if you could hear me, squeeze. And I would squeeze her hand. Like, literally. So it's like, and then when you die, it's like you hear everything. Like, I heard the crying around me. I heard people like, wake up, please, Charles, please, brother this, brother that. I'm hearing that. You can't fight your body. When your body is telling you that's it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you try to be as tough as you can, but
it's nothing you about to do. Like when I'm upstate at this point when I get the news. I think it was you had to call me. You called me. Jeremiah called me. Son. He's like, yo, Charles got shot. I'm like, Charles who? Yeah. I'm thinking Charlie. He's like, nah, Charles Walker. I'm like, Charles Walker. I'm like, nah, he over here doing his thing over in JUCO or whatever he was at over in Minnesota. We know where you at. You know you still playing ball. I'm like, because we all play football. We like, whatever. Facts. And he said, nah, bro, he got shot 23 times. I'm like, nah, bro. I was like, no way. And I remember, because I was outside at the point when he called me. I remember this day because I went when I got to the spot I was at. I just after I got off the phone with him, I just sat there and I prayed. I'm like, yo, mind you, this is also, I'm a junior high school, so I ain't see you in a couple years.
Yeah, facts.
But it still hit home. That's family's family.
4 years out. Man.
So when he so now everybody like I'm like, nah, no way. I sit down, I'm like, yo, Lord God, yo, please be with him. I don't even know how many days after, or if it was the day of, or whatever the case is. However fast the news spread, I was like, yo, Lord God, please, like, be with him and make sure he get through, make sure he get through this time. Because I'm pretty sure all the prayers that you got was definitely
right now,
what got you through.
I'm telling you right now, those prayers, and I say this with serious. I hope people don't take this for a joke. God is real, and I'm gonna explain to you why I know God is real. God is real because I heard things. I went through different. There was different things that happened to me along this time period of me fighting for my life. And I'm talking about when I was fighting for my life, I was fighting for my life, and I was fighting demons too. There was things that was trying to attack me, and I was hearing angels around me call them off. Literally, like I'm laying down in my bed and I'm hearing a choir of angels sing in my ear. Oh, wow. Literally. So, and I think what that was prayers, because when I tell you, everybody was telling me that they were praying for me. And it dawned on me, like, you know what? That's what it was. Like, you know, like when a famous artist puts something up on Instagram and they say, tag the next best artist to get on this track right here, on this remix. And everybody flood they posts with different artists to you know what I'm saying, to work with. Yeah. It's the same thing I felt like was going on in that situation. Everybody was flooding God with prayers for me. And he had no choice but to look at the post. He had no choice but to look at the post. You see what I'm saying?
God is watching the feed.
God is watching the feed.
Watching the feed.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm telling you, like, God is, he is amazing. I'm telling you, like that situation, there was a lot of things that I had to fight. Like it was crazy, man. It was crazy, and that's what brought me so much closer to God. And like, I got in my Bible crazy, and it's just like, so I'm at a different level of understanding. And that's why I was saying earlier, with people who do make these type of songs and stuff like that, it's literally a cry for help. They have bare minimal understanding about life. They only know a couple things. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all they've been exposed to. Yeah. So it's like, because we have that higher understanding, it's important that we do things like this, because it shows another side. You see something long enough, you'll click on it. Like, for instance, again, Instagram. You're on Instagram and you see a post keep being promoted. And you just keep scrolling past it. But after a while, it's like, all right, what is this, bro?
What
long
is
enough
this?
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's the same thing. It's the law of attraction. The more you see something, the more it's picked up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
It's very crazy that you felt that way. And it's like, when you went through all that, how did you feel towards, like, you know, because there was around that time, it was like gun violence, because I remember there was like, I feel like in the government they was doing like gun regulations and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's like, how did you feel towards, like, you know, after the aftermath, like, you know?
Oh, I went through every emotion possible. I wanted revenge. I had to call people off. That's how real it is, and that's how. And this is the power of the Lord. Like, I had people come to the hospital. This is my family. My brothers came to the hospital with guns on them.
Ready to go.
With guns on them. They came in my room and they told my grandmother to leave, and they showed me the guns. Like, tell your grandmother, give us the keys. We know where he lives right now. No.
You just said no.
And for a minute, they were very upset with me.
Because you didn't want
But when I explained it to them, it's like a spirit hit them, and they just understood.
They felt it too.
I said, listen, stop for 1 minute. I understand you're frustrated. I could barely move. Look at me, though. You're talking to me right now. After 23 shots, you're sitting up, you're telling me you're ready to go kill somebody for me right now. Yeah. And I can hear you. And I just got shot 23 times, and God just spared my life. So why would I tell you to go take someone else's when God just spared mine?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right there.
So it's like, and that took a lot, because like I said, I went through every emotion possible. I wanted revenge. I was about to go to the league. My grandmother been in the hood all her life. My grandmother been in the hood all her life. That's been my one goal ever since I started playing football. When I was trash, when I was playing JV. This is real.
He's gonna lead out.
This is real. I used to be garbage.
You grind. You was
grinded though. I remember those grinded.
I couldn't do a push up.
One thing about Charles, the kick step. Yo, Charles was practicing the kick. Yo, you gotta practice Charles. Kick stepping.
And those things, that kick step and all that, is what landed me my job. That's what helped me go pro, because when I got to college, I've been working on this so much, it was second nature. I had the quickest kick step in JUCO football. Nobody had a quicker first step than me, and I was stronger. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's repetition.
Just gotta keep doing it, keep at it. Never give up. We gotta do better every day.
That's a fact.
Because I'm doing better.
Man, bro, that was I'm literally at a loss of
yeah,
words,
that
bro.
give me the. I'm like this. I'm because that's really
bro,
powerful.
Like,
that's real life.
I be seeing God like do good for me, like little small things for me. You know what I'm saying? But like when it
you gotta hear testimonies like this.
You hear stuff like that, it's like that. Like God is just amazing.
Real quick,
like,
one thing I will say,
truthfully.
like out of hearing that whole story, like the recap when you was like, yo, when you called the whole situation off, and you're like, yo, I got bullets put in me. I know what it feels like, and the fact that I don't want nobody going through this. No matter how much I don't like you, I don't want you going through that. And
man, listen, and I told this to somebody, and they laughed at me the other day. I said, yo, if I ever saw my killer, I would hug him. And they was like, what? You crazy? I'm like, yeah, I would give him a hug and I would tell him thank you.
That's the embodiment of Christ.
And it definitely is. Yeah. But more so, not even more so, because that's the biggest overall picture. But in my mind, the reason why I said I would hug him is because
afterwards,
you never know how strong. Somebody told me this, and it stuck with me. And they told me this because my phone got shot up with me, so I didn't have no phone when I got back to New York. That's when I got my phone, and one of my mans was like, "Yo, I'm proud of you." And at the time, I had a colostomy bag. My stomach was still wide open because they had to close it from the inside out because it was infected.
Yeah. I
had to get it changed every couple hours. I was just going through a lot. I couldn't even use the bathroom correctly. I had to have a colostomy bag for the time being, right? Yeah. And he said, "I'm proud of you." So I'm like, "Yo, bro, I'm not trying to hear none of this. What are you talking about?" And he shut me up. He said, "Listen, you don't know how strong you are until you're forced to be that strong." And that's why I said I'll hug him, because he unlocked a different strength in me that I didn't even know I had. If you would have told me I was going to get shot 23 times, I would have told you, all right, give me 10 minutes. Let me call everybody I love and tell them I'm leaving. Yeah. He just, for whatever reason, the devil was on him. He shot 23 times. 23 of those bullets hit me, and you wouldn't know I got shot if I didn't tell you.
Yeah. Look at him. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's that's amazing, and that's why I said I would hug him. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him. They crucified Jesus Christ.
That's a fact.
And his crucifixion was the worst. Read the Bible. Read your Bible.
If you didn't get put in that position, you wouldn't know how strong it is. And now look, that testimony that you giving, someone's gonna watch that testimony and feel that.
Right, exactly.
And again, whatever you doing with your music, that your story's bigger than your music. Your story's bigger than you. This is bigger than you.
Right, exactly.
You one day you might just, you know what? Forget the music, yo. I'm gonna go into schools and talk about gun violence control and or you wanna get into, you talk about God or whatever. Right, that might be your lane. You know what I'm saying? Like your story, it speaks for itself, and that people do need to hear.
I understand like why you like. You're able to, now that I know this, right? Like I heard it back then, but
but now we getting in depth.
You know what I'm saying? So like now I understand why you speak like that through your music.
It's crazy, and like I said, like just to touch on God again, like I done had, you know what I'm saying? Like you read the Bible, like where God will talk to certain people. Like directly, like Peter spoke to Peter directly on the mountain. You know what I'm saying? Like certain people, Noah, like, you know what I'm saying? Certain people hear his voice directly. I kid you not. I heard his voice directly. I was angry one night. Like, you can imagine, man. You can imagine. I still have the news clip in my phone about that day, right? And it's talking about me going to the NFL. Literally, the title on Channel 1 is new NFL player, now formal, something like that, shot 23 times, whatever the case.
Yeah, and that just shook you.
And I had a moment, and I was in my room with the light off. My grandmother just changed my stomach. I just got my bag changed. I'm just sitting in my room, and I'm mad to the point where I want to cry, but I'm so angry I can't. I just want revenge. And I heard God talk to me, and I heard God tell me in so many words. Now, this is probably not exactly what he said, because it's not vivid, but I understand what the conversation was, and in so many words he told me to shut up. And I stopped for a minute, and I was like, well, God, why me? Why do I have to go through this? I've been good all my life. I haven't really been trying to hurt anybody.
Yeah, why you questioning?
Why me? And he said, listen, I know everything that's happening before it happens. I knew you were going to get shot 23 times. You thought that I wanted you to play football, and that was going to be your life. I had you play football because if I didn't have you play football to keep you out of trouble, one, because you're from the hood, and to build your body up enough, strong enough to withstand that when that happened to you, you wouldn't be here right now, and I need you here for something. So stop complaining and just be glad that I used you to show people how powerful I am.
It's crazy.
You know how many artists got shot
to glorify him.
And then look at it like this. Look at it like this. You saved your sister's life.
Exactly.
If you weren't there.
And she just had a newborn.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's like you found new purpose. And then I want to say, I didn't want to interrupt you earlier. With the new life situation, you was like, you were grateful you were going to hug him. And it gave you a new sense of clarity. And then you died, but you were born again. You have another sense of life. You have a new meaning now.
Right.
It's like my grandpa used to say RP to him. He always used to say, like, you know what I'm saying? You might think you have a journey, you know what I'm saying? But God got a journey for you.
Right.
You know
When you
what
make
I'm
plans, God laughs.
He laugh at them because he's like, yo, I got something way bigger than what you talking about.
What you think you got going on with yourself. Yeah. You got to think. We think we're not God. We're gods under him, but we're not God. So we can't even begin to fathom to think how he thinks. So we think so minute to where the littlest thing to us could be so important. Like a day to God is 1,000 years. Like, what?
Like you say, God will literally laugh at your plans.
Right.
And, And now, most people haven't figured out what they was here to do.
Right.
Maybe you still figuring it out, but do you know why you here? Or you still figuring out what it got? I really want to know.
You want me to be politically correct, or do you want me to be honest?
I want you to be honest.
I want to be honest.
I'm not bleeping this.
Yeah,
what
sure.
Let me hear it.
I'm here to show people that God is real.
Gangster. That's what
you hear what I'm talking about? So none of that matter. Like I'm gonna just keep it real with you. These is my guys right here. This is years. This is mob ties, right? I told this man when I decided to come on here, I don't even want to talk about music. Did I not?
Yeah.
I said I don't even want to talk about music.
I actually, when you hit him up and he told me, I said, yo, what you want it for? And
if it's in God's plan for me to be this big star and for you to hear my music, you're gonna hear it. There's nothing that's gonna stop what God has planned. So I don't even want to talk about that. I want to talk about that's why I said that, because I wanted to talk about how important God is, and I really feel like that is my mission. I feel like, and I do that through my music. That's why I made it my point, my goal to, whenever I do a song, even if it's just one line, one bar, I put God in it. And I don't give a damn if I don't never go platinum because I put God in there. Right. You're going to hear that God is real. Because when the day comes, when that sky part and Christ comes back, you ain't going to have time to then say, oh, I should have been listening. That's just going to be your ass right there. So take heed. And so I feel like since God gave me a second chance, people die every day. I don't have to be here. Life is going to go on with or without me. When I die, if I go outside right now and something happened to me, y'all are still going to live. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, that is a blessing. And I don't take that lightly. So it's like, for me, it's like, I have a life where I may do things that's not exactly always correct. Nobody's perfect.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm going to make it my business to show people, since I do have a talent and I can make good music, as I say so myself, I'm going to put God in it, and I'm going to give thanks, and I'm going to show people that, listen, when you listen to my music and you read like Hip Hop Weekly is doing a story on me this week. Okay. Right? And shout out to Hip Hop Weekly. Facts. That's a big lookout. And I told them with my write-up, please make sure that God is imperative in my life. Very imperative.
Oh, yeah, like let them know that. Because they like to censor that.
Right, because you're going to put that I was shot 23 times. You're going to put that negativity in there. So make sure you put the positivity in there afterwards, which is that I'm still living because of God.
Let them know God did that.
You understand what I'm saying? That wasn't me. That was not me. That wasn't me.
It's crazy. That's a great thing you know that. Cause
there's only one person that got dealt with somewhat is, and I wouldn't even say that's as bad as a crucifixion. You know what I'm saying? But it's like there's only one other person on this earth that did something like that and survived something that crazy, and that's Christ, and He's in everybody. So when we do it, it's just a small, minute, how can you say it? It's just a small piece of what He can do Himself. Yeah. Like you could shoot Christ 1,000 times.
He's gonna beat that.
He'll be back. That's not gonna. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why not give credit to the person who's in charge of it all?
Give credit where it's due.
Where's that coming out at? Like what you said? No, what's the source? Like the news source?
Oh,
You said Hip Hop Weekly.
Hip Hop Weekly.
Oh, yeah,
Hip Hop Weekly,
definitely got to get into it with
Hip Hop
that.
Weekly. It's Hip Hop Weekly magazine. It's all the stars being it, and I didn't even. It's so crazy, and that's why I'm saying God is so powerful. I didn't even. That just came about just because of me dropping my video doing so well. That just came about, and that's all praise to the Most High.
Yo, bro, more people gotta hear your message. And Coach Rufus had hooked me up with some dude named Pop from Bars and Hoops Radio.
Yeah.
And he has a hip hop station. It's in Queens.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you his line.
Yeah, definitely.
And you gonna connect with him because maybe he know and he do interviews with some big artists too.
Right.
If we could get your story on other platforms or ever, mad people got to see that. So I'm gonna give you his jack, and then we gonna go send you over there, and we gonna get that right there. You being here, we need that message just pushed everywhere.
Oh yeah,
anyway.
definitely.
That's definitely that's like wow.
And not the and it's just positivity, man. It's love, like the
Spread
one
the love.
people try to hold other people to a higher standard, right? When we're all sinners, we're all under that curse of sin, right? Yeah. So it's like, why am I trying to hold you to a higher standard when the only law in the Bible as of right now, if you're living under law of Christ, which you should be, the only law is to love thy brother as thyself.
Yeah.
So why are we persecuting each other? Why are we this positivity? You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how much better this world would be if it was positive.
If you treat the next person as if
it was yourself.
Yeah.
Do you want to see yourself get raped? No. So don't go rape that little girl. You understand what I'm saying? Like, do you want to see your little brother dead, or do you want to see yourself dead? No. So don't go shoot that man. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly.
Because we all one in Christ anyway.
Exactly.
We
and
all
that's
a part of the body.
And that's why people think when in the Bible it talks about the elect, it talks about the chosen. Only the kingdom only being for the chosen, but people don't realize it's so easy to be a part of that elect if you just change your whole perspective of life and understand that you have to lead everything with love. You're a part of that elect. Think about it.
You got to stop taking yourself so serious. Like, you know what I mean? Like, life is, you got one life. You know that God is there. You live and you learn. You know what I'm saying? Live it the right way and don't beat yourself up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We all have mistakes. It's about repenting and trying to do better.
Yeah, you gotta be kind to yourself.
You gotta do better.
You gotta have a trying spirit. You gotta be able to check yourself when you're wrong and try to do better.
Like,
we gotta do better.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like, when you said earlier, y'all said, "Oh, do you feel?" I think you said it. Like, do you feel like you found your purpose? Like, some people, like, part of me sometimes like feels like I'm still searching for my purpose.
And that's okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
very okay, bro.
And it's just weird because God has been like involved in my life, in ways that it's like sometimes I can't really fathom. Like, wow, that really just happened for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then I sit back and I realize like that really is God.
Right.
So He's doing this for me. So what am I supposed to get out of this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what am I supposed to do? Who am I supposed to be? You know what I'm saying? And it's like God just showed that to you. You know, like you probably don't know your purpose really, but you know your purpose. Like, you have an idea. So,
you got.
You know what I'm saying? So.
You gotta remember though, everybody has a different time frame, so it's more so like you just gotta keep walking to search your purpose. You can't. Issue everybody has in society today, we always looking at, all right, so and so found this out. This is the time. This around the time I should be figuring it out. It's more so you need to live in your lane, live within your means, and understand.
Something not for you.
When that time comes, you gonna know. So it's like if you feel like you don't know yet, then you don't know. But you see how when he had a situation, he knew. He's like, yo, when he recovered fully, he said, yo, I understand now why this happened to me.
But you gotta get into your word. You gotta get into the word to get connected, to be open to that. Right?
But sometimes it's not even. But that's the thing, right? But sometimes it's not even a word. Like, I kid you not. I was coming back from. What was I coming back from? It was a game. It was an all-star game that I got invited to in Florida. Me and my mans. I drove from New York. It was when I had my Chrysler 300. I drove from New York all the way to Florida. Met my mans in Florida. We played the game. We drove back to Minnesota. This is a week before I got shot. This man was an atheist. He did not believe in God. He did not believe God existed. This man's father died and everything. Like, he just felt like if there was a God, certain things that would happen to him wouldn't happen to him.
Yeah, the why me.
And I was exactly. And I would tell him, like, listen, bro, you got to understand. Like, what do you got to do to be the best basketball player in the world? You got to work, right? You got to go through a bunch of pain and suffering working yourself out to get yourself to the point where nobody can beat you in anything. That's the same thing with you want to stand close to Christ, but you're not going to suffer. You know how much suffering Christ had to do while he was on this earth? And the little suffering you deal with every now and then, you're complaining about it?
Yeah.
So that's why you're going through stuff. You're going through stuff because that's what makes you a better spirit.
Yeah, that's
going through these
supposed to
things.
happen.
So he was not God-fearing. He did not believe in God at all. I kid you not. When I woke up out of my coma, I had like 7 wires in my face. They took like one out, the one out of my throat so I can breathe on my own. And that's when I was able to talk, but my voice was still low, like everything was messed up. He said to me, bro, you was right. I said, what? I didn't know what he was talking about at first. I'm in pain. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm trying to get my grandmother to go get me some water. You know what I'm saying? He said, I believe in God now. I kid you not, bro. I wanted to cry, but I couldn't cry because I was in so much pain. I just couldn't let any other emotion show. But I felt that because this is a man I was just sitting next to a week ago in a car driving like 18 hours from state to state, and this man is just telling me all the reasons why he don't believe in my situation. Made him believe, and that's why I said my job is to show people how real God is.
I'm the only one getting like shivers, like getting cold, bro. Like you, like
real,
I'm
bro.
feeling that, bro.
It's real, bro. Trust me, I had to go through that a lot, bro. When I was having conversations with myself and trying to listen to God and come to grips with what was going on with me, bro, I had chills all over. I used to always get chills.
You know,
now
crazy?
it's just I'm in it now. I know what's going on, so I'm just in tune. Like
It's funny because what they say, when you go through a spiritual awakening, you got to go through a near-death experience sometimes.
Yep.
So it's like you going through a near-death experience allowed you to touch your spiritual awakening, and you start to get in tune with your spirituality. So with that being said, you start to become aware, and you said it earlier, it was a little bit off camera. You was like, oh, I'm a lot more spiritual now. It's like I'm in tune. I understand like there's all these spirits and stuff around.
Yeah.
So
because the Bible says that. The Bible says
fighting on your behalf.
Yeah, the Bible says we do not wrestle against flesh. Don't in our society, what do we call when somebody passes away? We call that death, right? Death only means that you're not allowed to use your vessel anymore. Your vessel is not in working condition anymore, but you are still a spirit. You live on, bro.
Yeah.
Believe me when I tell you, you live on. But it's just it's a different type of feeling. You in a different realm. You are literally relaxing.
Yeah, you're gonna be outside this body a lot longer than you're gonna be on this.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So it's like that's what it's about. We battle not against flesh, but spirits, bro. We are all spirits. So when a person that's why I said to cry for help. These people are really
fighting. That's when they say they fight demons. They
are really fight. It's a brother of mine. Love him to death. Shout out my brother. And when I say this, he's gonna know who I'm talking about. I watched him get so drunk to where I held his face. He was wilding. He was bugging out, knocking over trash cans, hitting his car, breaking his car, wilding. I watched this man's face. I held his face. I watched his eyes go from how our eyes look to pitch black. That's not movie stuff, bro. That's real life. Like, when you see movies of people being ran by demons and their eyes changing, that is real. These things are real. These things is not no game, bro. So it's like I watched that happen to him, and then I watched him come back. And then when it was so bad, he was so ran and taken over by that entity that we all had to leave that house that night. And he had to fight that demon himself. And when he woke up, he called us at like 3 a.m. Like, yo, where y'all at? It's blood everywhere from his knuckles. He thinking he hurt one of us. No, we all just got out of there and let you fight that. We came back, we showed him, and I told him, and he was like, bro, thank you. Like, he told all of us thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't him. It wasn't him. He was being ran by something totally different. So that's real life. That's real stuff. Like, these spirits and stuff, these are real things. And sometimes we watch these movies and we just think it's all fiction.
It's crazy because the movies.
Nobody's imagination is that crazy.
The movies have a source. We just don't know where, but there's a source for all of these things.
It comes from it's true. It's truth in everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like these people's imagine. No one just thinks of something crazy like demons to just haunt a house or attack people. Yeah. These things really happen, but we make it in a fiction way to where people won't be so spooked out by it and we can make money.
And that's what some people say, like Hollywood
but
is
it's
like,
not a game.
Yeah,
Hollywood is not a game. Like these things are not witchcraft. These things are not a game. That's why there's a Bible. And don't you realize you can't destroy the Bible? No matter how much you try to get rid of all the Bible, you will never get rid of God's word. You can't. It's too powerful.
It's the oldest text in the world.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's carved in stone in some places.
Yeah.
Still, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
so
that's just crazy.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yo, all right. Well, I guess we switch it up a little bit. Kind of going back into the whole shooting thing, right?
Right.
Is there going to be somehow a cure for the gun violence? Do you think in our communities, like, let's use Chicago for an example?
Right.
That's a murder capital, right?
Right.
Is there a way to mend that or what? How can we fight that? Or is there no way to clean up the whole gun violence and all
I'm
that?
gonna just tell you what I personally think about everything that has to do with negativity in our community and in life. Period. Like stuff is not gonna change until Christ comes back.
Okay.
And this is why I say that. I say that because what was the earth given into? The hands of the wicked, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why we see so much wickedness around us. The things that we even think is positive sometimes could be wicked in God's eyes, and we just don't know it because we've been surrounded by it so much. We think it's okay.
Yeah, he sends you a strong delusion.
You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about gun violence, right? It would be an easy way to get rid of gun violence. You get rid of all the guns. But would I say get rid of all the guns? No. First of all, I'm not biased. I've been shot before. I want my own gun. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's just honesty. That's honesty. I'm not being politically correct. Mm-hmm. I'm not a killer, and I don't want to kill anybody. But I would love to protect myself. And if I have a family, I'm going to protect my family at all costs. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? That's just what... If my spirit is telling me at the moment that I need to shoot, I'm going to shoot. And I'm going to deal with the consequences after. I don't care about fleshly dealing with prison or anything like that. That's fleshful. I'm talking about I'll deal with the consequences. When I have to sit down with God and answer to God as to why I killed that person, I will be comfortable enough to tell God, listen, I felt like in my spirit at the time, you was telling me I had to shoot because he was trying to harm my baby. Now, if I have to deal with that, in your eyes, God, I will deal with it because you are the Alpha, the Omega. And I have to listen to you. Mm-hmm. And I will never question anything you tell me. But I'm going to go off my spirit. You understand what I'm saying? So as far as gun violence, it's an easy way to get rid of it. It would be to get rid of all the guns. But it's not going to happen.
No, not possible.
It's not possible. So
it's a change of the spirit.
Right. It's a change of the spirit. It's about people knowing who God is. Okay. Because...
Hold on. You said it earlier, too, though, about spreading love. Right. I feel like that would actually kind of help, too.
It would. Think about it. Think about all the things. Think about every argument you get throughout the day, whether it be with your mom, your girl, whatever. Whoever you get into an argument, think about it, right? What is the leading point of the argument? Someone feels like another person is being selfish. When you're being selfish, what are you not doing? Loving somebody the same. Because you're not going to be selfish to yourself. Yeah. You'll never be selfish to yourself. And if you do, you have a problem with yourself that you need to get help with. But you will never be selfish to yourself. You only can be selfish to someone else. And that's lack of love. That comes from lack of love. That comes from, like, somebody got killed over $5. Somebody owed somebody $5 for a spliff. For a spliff. He owed you $5 for a spliff. You killed him. You shot him 13 times. This is a true story. This happened in Harlem when I was living in Harlem, my St. Nick projects. Somebody got murdered. 13 shots killed him for $5. Yeah, that's wicked. Let me ask you a question. Was that selfish of that man to kill him for $5? Very. Absolutely. Yeah. That was very selfish. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, because it's like
it's a lack of love.
So okay, let me ask you a question. Would you mind somebody killing you over $5? I bet you he would have said no. See, he's not selfish to himself, but he's selfish to that person because, I gotta make a statement. So you're selfish. You're trying to make a statement. You don't care about this person. Like, you don't care about this daughter that got a hair that she don't got a dad no more. His mom, his father. What people don't realize is people have family members, man. Yeah. So when I tell people this, and this is the realest I could get because I've experienced it. I've experienced death. Sometimes, most of the time, you don't even know you dead. I didn't know I was dead at first. I just felt relaxed. I just felt like I was going to sleep. You understand what I'm saying? So I didn't know I was dead at first. So you're not hurting me, really. I mean, if it's a painful death, then yeah, I'm hurt for a couple minutes. But when you get shot, bro, it's not a painful death. I'm gonna tell you, getting shot doesn't hurt because your adrenaline is rushing. You just feel it. You start burning everywhere, and then you start getting wet. Everything start getting damp. Like you know what I'm saying. So it's like you're not really hurting me because I'm gonna pass on and I'm gonna be okay. Cause whatever, you're hurting my grandma. You know what I'm saying. You're hurting my bros. You're hurting my girl, if I got one at the time.
And they're hurting themselves.
My sisters, right.
They gotta live with
it's
that too.
crazy because it's more so like, you know, the pain lasts, and the people who are left behind are the ones that usually feel everything. Because it's like, you know, they have to deal with the unsettling emotions and stuff like that. And it's very tough, you know, because me personally, I had like 3 people pass within the last year. So I'm too familiar with what it's like to have somebody pass away.
Right.
So dealing with all those emotions, it's like, they're at peace, so you try to find peace within that.
Exactly.
But the hardship is that, you got all these
hearing,
emotions that you got to deal with.
They're just not
and
hearing that
it's
from
hard because it's like when you go through those stuff, you
because you're used to seeing somebody in that form. Like you're used to seeing me in this form. So if I die, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna see me in this form anymore. So you miss this form.
Exactly.
You just miss the vessel.
Yeah, that's all it is.
You can feel my spirit, Like, okay, for instance, we have this conversation, we leave, we go back home, we tell our family, was like, damn, that was a successful show. Like, Charles was really like, you know, everybody was on the same accord. Like, you're feeling my spirit. That's you feeling the aura that I left in the room.
Yeah.
But my vessel is at home eating food with my grandmother. I'm not with you. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what people have to remember. It's not... You're just not in that. You just missed the form, and once people understand that you missed the form, it's hard. Trust me, it's hard because I've dealt with death too this year.
It's very
hard, and it's not easy at all. I still mourn over my dad. My dad died in front of me when I was 9 years old. My dad died in front of me when I was 9 years old. I'm 25 years old now, and it is still one of the hardest things I have to deal with every day.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, that it's mostly like that lasting physical memory you have is what you got to deal with. But it's like they're not truly gone because I could honestly tell you, like, I almost got in a crazy car crash, 2-3 days ago.
Right.
Like, I would have been dead.
Right.
Like, I could have died twice, actually. Because I was on the highway, a car, like, drove across me.
Right.
And I'm on the highway, and I'm seeing him bug out. I'm like, yo, you not going to stop?
Right.
So I slam my brakes, and I drive to this way, and I'm on the right lane. So the right there is the pole.
Right.
I mean, I said the pole, the rail.
You're right.
And I was swerving towards the rail.
Right.
And I ain't gonna lie, I'm going above 60. But right, you know, so now the car is losing control. I slam on the brakes a little bit, start controlling the wheel. And I really, literally evaded getting into any crash twice.
Right.
And on top of that, there was a pothole. So as I'm doing that, I'm coming back. I hit a pothole and I hit my head on the ceiling.
Right.
So I'm literally swerving on the highway, moving through traffic in broad daylight.
Right.
Untouched, nothing. And it's like, it just reminds you.
Oh,
Like, I literally went home and was like, yo, Mom, all those prayers that you doing every morning, they really be working.
You gotta be grateful.
Because it's crazy.
God is
So
looking
like
at
you were
the
saying,
feed.
you're saying, like, you know, we're all pure energy. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
At the end of the day, energy never dies. It never dies. You can only transfer it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You only
Right.
transform, basically.
right,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? So we just go from one form of energy to another form of energy to another form of energy. You know?
Bro, the one thing I learned in science, that energy never dies. It's never created either. It's recycled. Always.
Always. That's why they say, and actually there's scripture in the Bible to prove it, that your spirit has been here before. Like your spirit, you think that you see what it is you're not, God doesn't allow you to remember anything from your past spiritual encounters. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, if you was in another form of life like our ancestors, that was us spiritually. Spiritually, that was us. But we're not allowed to remember that because it would just make everything too weird. Certain things you're not supposed to know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, God can't just tell you everything. He can tell you what he needs you to know to get you to where you need to be. It's your job or your choice to have enough faith to follow what he's saying to get that ending reward. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't know if you remember, but we had this conversation down here that day, saying, it's repeating those same exact, not the same exact words, but along those lines. You know what I'm saying? And I understand, everything just makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
And we have him as a living testimony.
Yeah.
Yo, that was heavy. We going.
I feel like, now it's time to put a bow on this.
I'm trying to. We kind of wrapped up.
Yeah.
You
got a whole lot of energy. I feel like you got a lot more to say, bro. Like, honestly, like, you have a lot more to say, but we can't You can't take all the gems from you, man. You can't take all the gems from you, man.
All right, hold up. Yo, Charles, you want to end this with a rap, bro?
Yo, bro, I'm not.
Lil Kaycee. Let's go back to hype Kaycee.
Let me just play something. Unreleased. Let me play unreleased. You want to play some unreleased? Which you want a whole song, or you just want a
that whole song was tough.
You can play the whole
when
song?
you played after that slide.
You can play your favorite.
Nah, that song after the slide was tough, though.
All right, I'm gonna play.
Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. It's for the. This is
called
exclusive.
Put that up.
Yeah,
There you go.
All right, this is called this is unreleased. This is called Dreamed Of.
Dreamed Of.
Dreamed Of.
All right, let's hear it.
Dreamed Of.
You gonna let the whole song play out?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Enjoy this.
Remember way back then I was wishing, now I got everything I ever dreamed of. That's why I can't slow down, I'm on a mission. Now we flexing, all the bitches used to dub us. Got my cake up, they see me shining, they won't leave me alone. What's wrong? When I needed you ain't even pick up the phone. You wrong, now I can't stop, won't stop, never. See I change, at least I change for the better. I'm in paradise, and they tryna drain all of my energy, they parasite. It'll be a door that'll change on you so fast I had to minimize. Just a blick in your hippie, if I pull it, they civilize. Some gon' try to criminalize me, that don't mean a damn thing to me. If you ain't see what I see, them zombies and them scenes, be the fleas in my streets. Lot of nights with no sleep, with the death in my streets.
You
Gotta
rappers
stay
can
prayed up,
never.
most high, most important. What you gonna do if he catch you like without that pistol you showing? You got kids in the family.
Nah.
Play the whole thing. We can't play the whole thing.
Bro,
We can't play the
that's
whole
tough.
thing, bro.
That's
play the
tough.
whole
All right, we're
can't
not gonna play the whole thing. I'm gonna just play
That's
another
tough.
hook. I'm gonna play another hook.
It's real horrible.
I'm gonna play another hook.
Nah, you
Not the whole
selfish. He's selfish.
selfish.
Nah, that was selfish.
tough.
That was selfish.
That was tough.
Y'all
I see what he doing. I see what he doing. That's cool.
Hold on. They got tuned in. Y'all wanna hear the rest of it? Y'all gotta tune in.
yeah,
That's
facts.
fine.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
fine.
that.
Y'all gotta
I like
tune in.
that.
I'ma just
Y'all wanna
play
hear
a
the
hook.
rest? Tune in.
Y'all want to hear the rest of these songs? Y'all gotta tune in now. When I drop
right.
it,
He dropped.
when I drop, make sure you tuning in.
So we gonna play a nice little.
We're gonna
hook.
play a little hook. It's called "Slide on Me."
So we gonna slide on that note.
All right, turn it. Hold up. Before you play it,
Yeah.
turn that back up.
Turn
Yeah.
that joint
I
on.
mean,
Lil Kaycee going crazy right now.
Oh yeah.
crazy. Look, tune in.
At name. What? Fat man.
Fat Man Don Official on Instagram.
Let's get that.
You just slide on me, baby. Slide. Why don't you slide on me, baby? Slide, baby. You just slide on me, baby. Why don't you slide on me, baby? Slide. You just slide on me, baby. Slide, baby. Why don't you slide on me, baby? You just pull up, fall in love while I'm eating it up. Beating it up, breaking shit, we ain't giving a fuck. You just slide on me, baby. Why don't you slide on me, baby? Slide, baby. You just slide.
Chill.
Let that ride out. Let that ride out right
tough.
there.
This is episode 10
We just
with Lil
wanna say,
Kaycee.
Lil
We
Kaycee
gotta do
soundtrack.
better.
You gotta
Facts.
do better. Look,
Yo, thank you
and
for
we doing
tuning
better.
in.
And we doing better.
We doing better out here.
We gonna set the example.
Oh yeah.
That's it, man.
Set the
Yo, gotta
examples.
do better.
Have those conversations. Get in tune.
That's a fact.
Yo, God is real.
Let that
God
joint
is
ride
good.
out.
That's the biggest thing I want y'all to take from this. That
God is
You know what I'm
real.
talking about? Word.
God is real.
And we gon'
It's a
ride
living
out.
testimony.
Living
You all that?
testimony, man.
That's right.
Yup.
See y'all on the next episode.
Episode 10, we out.
Yes, sir. Alright, yo, this is my official submission for all the people that's gonna have y'all freestyles coming in. I got my pen hot, so y'all really gonna jump. Cause I want my $100. I want to use my $100. But nah. I want somebody, let me see something. If y'all got it, let me see something.
Okay.
Oh yeah, start recording. Oh yeah, I'm about to talk right now. Look. We gotta do better. Only if we end up staying together. We preach one thing and then we kill over cheddar. Yo, we gotta do better. We got our kids, they out here holding Berettas, but we can't blame them, they don't know any better. Yo, we gotta do better. Yeah, the cops, they say they swore to protect us. They turn around and put their knee where our neck is. Yo, we gotta do better. The world is cold, you better put on a sweater and pray to God we get a change in the weather. See the schemers on the strip tonight, I play the kryptonite. But if y'all praise them like they Superman, I be the kryptonite. Yoke them like my little brother, tell him he ain't living right. And it's crazy cause I love him, wanna see the future bright. Why they try to make a buck, the cops catch him by surprise. Now he running out of luck, his piece of jam, he about to die. Look, his face is looking stuck, he looked the devil in his eyes. Remember, Roy had yoked him up and told him, yo, we gotta do better. Only if we end up sticking together. We preach one thing and then we kill over cheddar. Yo, we gotta do better. We got our kids, they out here holding Berettas, but we can't blame them, they don't know any better. Yo, we gotta do better. Yeah, the cops, they say they swore to protect us. They turn around and put their knee where our neck is. Yo, we gotta do better. The weather's cold, you better put on a sweater and pray to God we get a change in the weather. There's a war outside, but it ain't the one you thinking. We taught to hate ourselves, but I'ma let that one just sink in. They got us all distracted with the drugs and all the drinking. How we supposed to win the game when the refs are steady cheating? Start breaking the rules, leave the streets, stay your ass up in school. Your only option ain't just rapping or hoops. You don't know what to do, they got you trained, they got your head on the loop. And I ain't lying, I'm just telling the truth. Yo, we gotta do better. Only if we end up sticking together. We preach one thing and then we kill over cheddar. Yo, we gotta do better. We got our kids, they out here holding Berettas, but we can't blame them, they don't know any better. Yo, we gotta do better. Yeah, the cops, they say they swore to protect us. They turn around and put their knee where our neck is. Yo, we gotta do better. The world is cold, you better put on your sweater and pray to God we get a change in the weather. One take. Yo, get your pen up. Stop playing. When you submit, I need your best. I need y'all better than this. I'm trying to give you $100. I want to give you $100.
I'm sorry.
Yo, he signing? Yo, I might make that a real song. Stop playing. Yo, vote if y'all want that to be a real song. I'll get in the studio.
I'm sorry. That's a real song.
I got that cosign. Oh my goodness. Lil Kaycee just co-signed me. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do better though.